And welcome back to On the Record. So the question that I had prior to the break was, do you think that the decisions are being made because of that MacGyver decision?
I'm sure they're very much influenced and threatened by that. You know, as the Mohawk moratorium was about, there was the C-31 was coming down, the 1985 decision, and they decided, well, we're going to take control of who's coming here, not, the government. So they put in the moratorium in the Mohawk law, mainly for that. But yes, certainly this has a lot to do with, more, as we describe, non-natives with band numbers, coming to say, hey, where's my share of, where's my house, and we don't know them and all those things. This is, sure it is, because for the same reasons that we had to, I guess, reject people that wanted to be members and couldn't. One of the Mohawk Council was asked before by Ross, do you think there ever could be too many Mohawks? And they said yes. And I thought that was the most ridiculous thing.
Who said that?
It was Arlene Jacobs
Oh.
on the radio, K103. So, it gives you an idea of the limits to thinking about, let's hold on to this so tight, because if we don't hold on too tight, somebody else is going to take it. I mean, that kind of thinking is, doesn't work for us. And this is, I think, what drives what they're doing now. For sure, certainly it is. And a lot of people are on board with that.
Yeah.
They don't want, and this is what was said in the consultation. I don't care if you're Okwehongwe, 100%, and you lived away all your life. We don't know who you are. And you come here and you build a house. Even that, we're not even at the point of talking about what is that all about, And we could have, because the basis for all of the discussions that need to take place was laid out in the report on that consultation.
Somebody said that to me the other day, and I sort of laughed about it, and then I was thinking about it, and I guess I guess it's true, I guess in some respects, but of somebody who's never lived in the community, but both of their parents are from the community, but they've lived in one state or another for their whole life. And now that their parents are gone, they want to come back to the community because they have land here. And that question does come up. They're like, well, who the hell are they? I mean, but
Yes, it does. Naturally, sure it does.
but I mean, it's like, well, what do you do? What do you do in a situation like that? You can't prevent them.
Yeah. Well, the thing is to, ask the appropriate questions, which in our culture is, who's your family? Where do you belong? What's your purpose here?
So you know that some people have that issue in regards to somebody that's coming into the community, but technically they're from this community. And we look at it, I guess, and it's funny, but we look at it in a way that look at Jesse when he was running for council.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're from the community, but you're working now, and you went to school somewhere, but now you're not accepted in our community anymore. It's a tough decision. I think that a lot of over the years in history, it's been getting more and more, and I don't know I don't know if it's being driven by specific individuals or however that's going. But if you look at 40 years ago, it was an issue, but it wasn't really that big of an issue. Or 50 years ago, if somebody non-native was coming into the community, nobody even batted an eye. Obviously, I think because in 81 or something, when they had that moratorium, because as a result of the Indian Act and the C-31, that it became an issue in the community, had to make a stand on it. But do we go back that far? We have 26 individuals now. How far do we go back, and what's the criteria? The chiefs that were here didn't know what that criteria was going to be. Didn't know what the what ifs were going to be, or maybe them two individuals just didn't want to say what the what ifs. What's the cost of the community in lawsuits, the injunctions? What if you go there and somebody tells you to go to hell, or take the letter, and then what do you do? What if there's 26 of them that say that? There's all those what ifs, and then how do you deal with that? It's and who's next? You're right.
Yeah, that's the scary part. People, it's a message, it's a strong message, whether they like it or know it or not, or realize it or not, it is a message to who's next, watch it. That whole coercion, manipulation of a situation, that's what I call it. Not a tactic that we should be, using, especially people in leadership positions.
Well, they're saying that, it's still, they work for the community. If in the community, they're the ones that decide what they want. So I asked them if 100 or 150 or 200 people represented 9,000 people in the community. One of the chief's answers was, well, out of that 9,000, the majority of them or a lot of them are children, so that doesn't count. So I'll leave that for
Well,
your own imagination to decide. But
if you're in the right kind of thinking about things, I could meet you, and this happened to Rossi. You just happened to have a conversation with somebody who was in tune with the same kind of thinking of our values, respect and things, and talking about something. And they said we were so in tune with each other. We agree. Because if you do have the right words and ways, then you will agree. You will agree, on things. And no matter how you say it, you will. And because there's so much conflict even at that table, it's because they're not in the right frame of mind. And I keep going back to that, and it sounds so abstract. And one of the things that we began to do, because we had the luxury of time on Mohawk Radio, was to try to make practical these values into real issues of the day. How would this eviction and we would certainly not call it eviction.
well, they're not
Call it
calling
something.
They're not calling it an eviction in their
Cleansing?
press release.
If we could talk about this in the way that we're supposed to talk about, and it would take us so much more into the why are we doing things, and we do things for the right reasons, for the good of all. And we need to have those. And when they talk about strategizing and planning on membership, they need to be in that kind of the frame of mind.
Where were we in regards to, I guess, the citizenship or temporary membership, or what the classifications of individuals? Was there any provisions for non-natives living in the community with natives, as far as that went? As far you can have temporary residency status, or
Oh, you mean the Mohawk land as it stands today?
Yeah.
Okay.